Oh my god. I'm watching a John Wayne film right now. Earlier, I was to go back and watch it. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm live right now. I don't know how long I'll be on here, but it's a little short little live stream I'm doing today. There you are. When you were going to show up and everything. I'm watching that John Wayne film you got me, the Sons of Keane. I like these old Western movies. I used to watch them back in the day when I had cable. Whenever they would come on, I'd kind of just watch them and everything. Really good movies. Especially John Wayne and Clint Eastwood films. Those are some of the best. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I got a feeling sometime soon that, we're going to be moving out and you'll be coming home with us and all that after it's all said and done. And I really hope so. I'm really, really hoping that all comes to tuition. Because, boy, that would be great. That'd be really, really great. Western movies, too. Yeah, they're good. Old Western movies, old samurai movies, like stuff like that has to do with like the 12th century, like stuff like even in Japan, or stuff in the 1800s. It's old Western. You can't say wrong. You can't go wrong with any of those type of movies that are like really good. Can't go wrong. Yeah, I know. I know you really hope so too. I know. About coming home, I know. But some of those movies I just mentioned are some of the best movies ever made. Anything that has to do with history can sometimes be really good. Either if it's part of like real life history, or if it's just like, a fictional story that's just made up for, you know, movie sake, like a movie that's just, it's just a made up story, but the it's set in like a um old like an old west, or really any era, whether if it's based on a true story or not. Movies like this are good to watch. Just because the nostalgia of just how things were back in those times and stuff. I like movies that are based on true stories, but also just like movies that are just movies, that are just made up stories that are just, you know, written. Uh, you know, there's all kinds of good movies out there. Old ones, new ones, any kind. But yeah, I'm just watching some old movies that are good to watch just to pass the time. And I got Um, I got some things coming up this week that I'm gonna go and do. Like I'm gonna go work out at the gym. I'm gonna go see if it all goes well for me. I mean, obviously, I've never joined a gym in my life, uh, unless you include my mom's old gym that she went to back in the day. But I was a kid. I didn't work out. I just went with her. But now I'm gonna be, working out, and it's not a kiddie gym. You can't bring your kids there. I did see a kid there, but I don't know whose kid it was. But I'm saying like it's one of those gyms where like they play music pretty loud. Sometimes the music, like when I went there to sign up, it was like I don't know what music they were playing. It sounded like some old country song or whatever. But I remember the first time I went there, like playing like a bunch of loud ass rap, and you know how I feel about rap music. I fucking hate rap music. Not like not with like a grain of passion, like, oh man, I really despise and hate rap. It depends what kind of rap. There's rap that I can tolerate but don't listen to, but I can like sit back and actually like, okay, this is alright. And then there's just that stupid kind of rap that I just can't understand. It's just a bump of fucking mumble jumbo like type of shit, like DMX or somebody. I don't listen to rap like that. I just don't care for rap. But the worst rap is the shit you can't understand. It's just that mumbling shit. Mumble rap, I guess is what you call it. And just, rap can be decent if there isn't a bunch of like N-word slang in it. Because I don't like, hearing, that shit and then the stupid generic beats. Like, I think rap would be better if you could take like a guitar, make a guitar drift in the background like of the song. Like if you took a rap song, like if you took like an either old or new rap song by, it doesn't matter who the musician is, and you take their song and you blend it with like metal or something, like uh, like if you took a song like I can't think of a rapper. There's so many of them. Um, God. Ice Cube. Okay, we'll go with Ice Cube. Ice Cube. If you took an Ice Cube, like an older rap song like Ice Cube, and took out the funky beats and like put in, like some metal drifting, guitar drift in it, it would sound good. It would. Like, the rapper Wes Khalifa? That song he did back in the day called Black and Yellow, Black and Yellow. Hold on, someone's calling me. Okay, is everybody there? Type down. Okay, type in the comment. Sorry, I had a phone call. I had to take real quick, but I'm back. I'm back on the live stream. If you can hear me, let me know if you hear me. I'm sorry about that. Okay, you're here. Okay, good. Yeah, I was in the middle of a important phone call. I just got off the phone, and yeah, everything's good. I kind of threw me off because I had to answer it, and I was like, oh shit, I'm on the live stream. What do I do? So that's why I kind of went quiet. That's why I said, oh, sorry, gotta go. So, I apologize for that. But it's okay. I mean, I'm here, so I just fucking hate that when I'm doing a live show and somebody fucking has to call my number as I'm live. I'm telling you, I get a new phone, which God knows I need one. I'm not only going to log in through my phone, through my Gmail, through my channel, but I'm going to do it like off a laptop or a tablet or a computer or something of the sort, because it would probably be better for me to, buy some like fancy equipment that I can set up at the new house that I'm going to move into, and have my like own room, and then like have my own fucking like chair and everything, and get everything set up, and like fucking like go to Walmart, buy a laptop, buy some software so I can do like videos in my room. Like videos like random discussions and live streams and all that good stuff. Kind of like a few YouTubers we know, like fucking that one YouTuber we like, Heggy Rants. I remember when I was live one night, I can't remember, this was like a long time ago, a few months back, I was in my room sitting here watching Hellboy, and I remember somebody was like asking me who Heggy Rants was, and I was like, oh, he's just a YouTuber who used to be on here, who used to be he was known for doing like, podcast. He used to have a podcast back in the day, like called, actually he had two podcasts. It was Trigger Podcast, and it was, the other one was called Three Shoots Live or whatever. And then his last one that he had before he left YouTube. Well, he didn't leave YouTube. YouTube terminated him because of some wellness bullshit policy or something that had to do with his content. Like, I forgot why YouTube took his channel down. It had to do with fuck. He got a lot of copyrights, I know that, but I can't. I'm not too certain what he got taken down for. And ever since YouTube, ever since he was kicked off the platform, he hasn't been back on the platform, which is kind of sad, because I really, really, I liked Heggy Rants. I liked Heggy Rants a lot. I thought he was a very interesting YouTuber. I mean, he wasn't like a big channel or anything like that, but the dude was funny. The dude did all kinds of funny shit, like during like certain weekends when he was like not working at his job, he would do these like live shows where he would like, he'd have his camera turned off, sort of like mine. Sometimes he'd have it on, sometimes he'd call a bunch of like people, like businesses and places, and just do some funny shit. And it was hilarious. And you can still find his videos on YouTube by different uploaders, and most of his videos are like from 2017. Like, this is like the pioneer early days of YouTube, when like live streams and podcasts were like kind of getting relatively new at the time. Like, YouTube's been around since 2005, but I'm saying like these live streams and podcasts, they started getting really popular around the 2015, 16 era of YouTube. And how I know this is because they were talking about it in one of their shows. I wish more people actually could like look this shit up and like watch some of these like old live streams. That they're pretty damn enjoyable and they're pretty damn hilarious. Like, you will get a kick off of listening to his shit. He's pretty funny. He had a rivalry with another YouTuber that most people might have heard of, McJuggernuggets, Mick Juggernuggets, or whatever his name is. He was this fucking like guy who did like videos called the Psycho series, and basically like he would go on to he would go on to basically like get people to believe it was real. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You know, being my only viewer right now seeing this, you know what I'm talking about. And you know, McJuggernuggets was just notorious for pretty much scamming people and ripping people off by getting his fans, who were like a bunch of 9, 10-year-old kids, to believe that his videos and shit were real, that he really had all his shit broken by his dad. And the funny thing about it is, he was like my age back then. Like, I'm 24 now. He was like 24, 23. I'm not to try to quote his age, but he was like 23, 24 back then, and he was just making all these videos of like his father destroying crap. He was basically a angry grandpa ripoff, except his shit was fake, whereas Angry Grandpa stuff was kind of more realistic, because the grandpa was really like, he really had anger problems and shit, and he really did destroy things, but most of it was kind of played out, and most of it was kind of, you know, skits and everything. So it was kind of like Angry Grandpa was more like, I believe some of it was real, but some of it was scripted. I think McJuggernuggets, it was like more his whole family planned it out. They faked it because he made, like, showing the behind the scenes of what he was going to do. Like, you know, he had everyone get into character and all that. Whereas, like, Angry Grandpas they've never came out and said they were fake. I mean, there was rumors and speculation going on back then that the grandpa shit was like all stage, which, I mean, doesn't surprise me that it was staged, but I think Grandpa really did have anger issues. I really 100% believe that. And that Michael would just get underneath his skin and he'd get pissed off and break shit. But I think half the time it was scripted, but majority of it, I mean, not so much. Yeah, they copied Angry Grandpa. They did. Because the Psycho Dad character, he was basically just pretty much like, he was pretty much like how Angry Grandpa was, but except, like, the difference between McJuggernuggets and Angry Grandpa is that Angry Grandpa would get mad by Michael teasing him, or, like, you know, making a failed prank, a prank that, like, backfired, and like Michael took it too far, and, like, fucking Grandpa would, like, smash fucking Xbox or a fucking a countertop, or, you know, a microwave or something, like, just something he just could take his anger out and destroy. Whereas, like, it seemed like with McJuggernuggets, it was 9 times, majority of videos, 9 times was all just stage and act, because you could just tell it was more acted out, whereas Grandpa, it was more like some of it felt genuine, because you could tell Michael really pissed him off. You just kind of knew by watching McJuggernuggets that he had his dad break that shit on purpose. Like, you know, hey, Dad, go over there and break that Xbox. Hey, Dad, I want you to do this. Hey, Dad, I want you... And he just did it. Because his father in real life is a really nice guy. And I think he's like a governor for, like... not a governor, sorry, but like a politician, or... He's a politician for, I think, New Jersey. But either way, like, McJuggernuggets was just versus that of Angry Grandpa. Angry Grandpa was somewhat relatively real to some extent, but then it was kind of scripted too, but not the same way McJuggernuggets was scripted when it came to breaking shit. But I never watched McJuggernuggets. I did look at him like, yeah, he's just a fucking child scammer, because he got all these kids on the internet to believe that his shit was real, when it was. I mean, just by looking at it, you knew it was staged. you knew it was staged. Whereas Grandpa, you kind of felt the realness kind of come out of it. Then part of you kind of felt like, as years went on and as years progressed, that yeah, it was getting staged. Like it was like by 2017, before Grandpa passed away, you could tell it was playing more out as being where it was just a bunch of skits. Like, because like I could tell the earlier days of Grandpa, like back in like the 2011, 2012, 2010 era of Angry Grandpa, that just to me felt more real. All those videos felt more real when they were living at it was a trailer park called like Trailwood or wherever the trailer park's name was. I think it was called. I think um I think the place was called Trailwood. I don't know. You can look the shit up on Google. I don't know. Either way, the older Grandpa videos felt more real, whereas the newer shit felt more fake. But McJuggernuggets was never real, and I never liked him. He was kind of, to me, he was just like really fucking annoying and he was kind of fucking he was kind of a fucking whine ass. Yeah, you can tell it was staged. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I didn't look at your comment. I was staring up at the TV as I was talking. I'm kind of multitasking right now, watching a John Wayne film while doing this stream. Um, yeah, I don't know. I never liked um McJuggernuggets. The only time I really watched his shit was when he did that ghost, the ghost hunting, or the fake shit he did where he had his like aunt or mother dress up as like a dead woman in a shack, and she was like burnt alive or whatever, and then like that was pretty funny. Like that, some of that shit they did was pretty interesting, but back when he was doing that Psycho series shit, it was really retarded. Like it just, like I could watch Grandpa and laugh because it was like it felt real. Like all of it felt real, felt like it was planned, and I think more people can agree that Angry Grandpa was more likable on YouTube. Now I know I've said things about his family, them being like, a bunch of fucking white trash, bunch of white trash, trailer park fucking troublemakers that like to all snitch on each other and get publicity and all. Yeah, I don't like his fucking kids. The only person I liked was Grandpa and then Bridget's dad, which was Doug West, who, rest in peace to Doug West because he passed away. But I never could stand Michael or any of Grandpa's kids. I mean, Charlie, not even really Charlie. Charlie Chill. Charlie, the guy that they said was a pill popper, and I mean, Charlie's all right, but I just never was a fan of Charlie Chill. Like, I mean, Charlie Chill was like, when that whole thing went on where Charlie Chill, they said that he punched Michael's fucking sister, or not sister, sorry, girlfriend, and then raped the sister when the sister was like a kid. I thought all that shit was just fake drama that Michael was trying to get for attention for fucking YouTube likes and views, and Michael's a piece of shit. I never watched it for Michael. I watched it for like Grandpa. Everybody did it for Grandpa because he was the star of the show, and he was really likable. Grandpa was very likable, in that sense. In that regard, he was just very likable. But I never really cared for I just never cared for Michael, kid behind a camera, but Oh, the ghost. Yeah, the ghost videos. Oh, yeah, you're referring to Mc, McJuggernuggets. Yeah, yeah, McJuggernog. Yeah, that's about the only entertaining thing he did was the ghost shit. Which I don't believe in supernatural shit. Um, but I mean, it was just. I mean, it was entertainment. I mean, it was entertaining as in, they're all fucking stupid and they're all just acting it out and it's all bullshit. That's all. I really, the one thing I don't understand about McJuggernuggets is after he quit the Psycho series, he said he was going to go on to be an actor. Yeah, and how did that turn out for him? Well, he didn't get anywhere. He didn't get too far like he thought. He thought he was going to move out to Hollywood and act, but the problem is he's not a good actor. Like, he's really not a good actor because you can tell he relies more heavily on his family to like support his decisions and help him out with his videos. He just, to me, he's just not really that entertaining as a YouTuber. He's pretty stale. But getting back to the Heggy Rants thing, I really enjoyed Heggy Rants. I really, really enjoyed him. I thought he was really funny. I wasn't for sure about the whole beef that he had with everyone, that everyone kind of had beef with, like, turned on him for some reason. Like, I wasn't for sure about all that. I didn't quite. I mean, really, I just watched it. I didn't care who the fuck his co-host was. I don't give a fuck who his co-host was. I just watched it mainly for him. I just liked listening to him talk. I really don't care about his shitbag co-host. That Tyndall guy, and then fucking who was it? Green Dream TB. I really didn't watch it for them. Because of Haggy Rants, and when I was in junior high, I remember seeing him on YouTube, and I remember he made a video. This is true. I wasn't like a regular watcher of him.